Parades were the gold standard of the Soviet Union. Workers' parades, women's parades, revolution parades, the great patriotic war parades. We had them all. We had perfected parades. We had the best parades in the whole damn world. St. Patrick's Day? Thanksgiving? Please. Macy's has balloons. We had intercontinental ballistic missiles rolling through Red Square. Parades were of paramount importance, and attendance was mandatory, rain or otherwise. On April 26, 1986, the year before I entered first grade, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, located less than 300 miles from Kharkov, exploded, spewing a radioactive cloud over the Ukraine. Other, weaker countries would have had their citizens hunkering indoors and popping iodine tablets. But May 1st was International Workers' Day. Canceling the parade was unthinkable. And so on we marched, blissfully unaware, soaking in the sunshine and the radiation. The reviewing stand was mostly vacant, of course, since local party leaders had been alerted beforehand and had long evacuated the area. But the parade went off without a hitch. That's commitment. The year after the radioisotope-enriched May Day festivities, Mom grabbed my hand and we walked to the September parade for the start of first grade. Aside from the occasional tram rattling by, Moskovsky Prospekt was quiet. There were no lines outside the Kharkov department store, which hadn't received shipments in 2 weeks. The morning shift was already in the factories, and the babushki were staying indoors, cooking supper and complaining about the weather. Even the discarded newspapers that usually spun and danced in the wake of traffic clung to the pavement and slowly dissolved in the puddles. Mom and I passed by the plaza of the uprising, lined with maple and chestnut trees, turned left after the Hammer and Sickle Stadium, and arrived at Kharkov School Number 3, where the parade was already underway. This procession didn't have placards announcing how many tons of wheat had been harvested by the city's collective farms, or proclamations of the Maleshev factories churning out 30 tanks ahead of schedule for the millionth year in a row, or lists of proud citizens nominated for the Order of Labor Glory, second-class award. It was a quieter, smaller affair, held outside the brick school building where Mom and I watched the teachers, followed by the 5th graders through 2nd graders. Encouraging production statistics and orders of labor glory aside, everything was immaculate. The sky was pure, dark steel. Frigid rain poured down, but no one felt a drop. It was as if they were marching hundreds of miles away, in a sunny Cuba full of warmth and light. Unfazed, undazed, and firm strode the students, girls smiling with shy optimism, boys practicing to be the soldiers they would become. I clung to Mom's leg, covered partly by the umbrella, partly by her long white shawl. The last soggy red pennant streamed by, and I straightened my uniform and went to check in with Anna Konstantinovna, my first grade teacher, a tall woman with gray hair and a gray face that matched her gray blouse. First, she taught us how to sit, because without proper posture, learning was impossible. We sat at our desks, backs stiff, eyes on the chalkboard, arms folded, right over left, fingers straight. In the event of a question, the right arm was to pivot 90 degrees until perpendicular to the desk, but at no point were the fingers to separate. Anna Konstantinovna paced down the aisles. She didn't so much teach as remind, as if I, the 2 brothers in front of me, and the rest of my classmates already knew everything we needed to know. And her job was merely to jog our memories. A photographer trailed her.